Hello everybody, I'm Abdussalam and it's lovely to be with you again. In today's lesson, I'm going to talk about the IELTS writing test. First, I'll walk you through the different tasks of the writing test. Then we'll move on to talk about the tips, strategies and techniques that will help you in your test. Let's get started. There are two types of the IELTS writing, academic writing and general training writing, and they're needed for different purposes. Today we will cover the academic writing and we'll try our best to cover the general training writing in the coming videos. In academic writing, we'll have two tasks to respond to in 60 minutes. In task 1, you must write a minimum of 150 words in no more than 20 minutes. You will be presented with a graph, table, diagram, or a map that you need to describe and summarize the information in your own words. In task 2, you will be asked to write an essay in response to a point of view, argument, or problem. Here you must write at least 250 words in no more than 40 minutes. Let's move on to talk about what you're marked on or assessed in the IELTS writing test. You will be assessed based on the 4 grading criteria. The first is the task achievement for task 1 and task response for task 2. Task achievement or response means how appropriately, accurately, and relevantly the response fulfills and meets the requirements in each task. In other words, it refers to how well you address all the parts of the task. And the second of the 4 criteria is coherence and cohesion, which concerns overall clarity and fluency, and it means how the response organizes and links information, ideas, and language. Coherence refers to the linking of ideas through logical sequencing, while cohesion refers to the varied and appropriate use of cohesive devices. For example, logical connectors, linkers, pronouns, and conjunctions. While the lexical resource refers to the range of vocabulary used and its accuracy and appropriacy in terms of the specific task. And the final criterion is the grammatical range and accuracy, which refers to the range and accurate usage of grammar and sentence structures. And now I'm going to show you how exactly examiners mark your writing. As you can see, this is the public version of band descriptors for task 1. Everything you need to know is on this page. I recommend that you download it via the link below and follow with me as I explain it. I know it seems a bit complicated, but I'm gonna try my best to simplify what's in it. As you can see, the 4 criteria that we just talked about are in the headers at the top of the table, and the band scores are on the left. Expert user is at the top, band 9 for candidates who fully address the requirements of the task, and band 0 is at the bottom for those who do not attend the test or never attempt the task or just memorize their responses. And now, how do you get your score? The writing examiner gives you 4 scores, one for each of the 4 criteria, and your score is the average of the 4 scores. Let's say you get 9 for task response, 9 for coherence and cohesion, 9 for lexical resource, and 9 for grammatical range and accuracy. Then congratulations, your score is band 9, which is the average of the 4 scores. Now I'll give you super tips on how to be successful and score higher in your IELTS writing test. The first tip would be planning. Try always to plan before you start writing. While you'll be feeling rushed to make sure you finish on time, it's better to take some time to plan your writing before you begin. Spend 3 to 5 minutes to plan your response to task 1 and 5 to 7 minutes to plan your response to task 2. Use your question booklet to draw a concept map or make an outline of your response. Write clearly and legibly because the examiner judges your writing on its clarity, and make sure you have supported your ideas with specific details. Also try to add personal experiences and examples whenever possible in task 2. And remember, you can write more than 150 words for task 1 and 250 words for task 2, but you can't write less. You will lose points if you have less than the assigned number of words in both tasks 1 and 2. And do not waste time counting the words on your answer sheet. It would be more efficient if you count the words on one line and multiply them by the number of lines on your answer sheet. You can prepare yourself before the exam by practicing some practice tests, and in that way you can judge how many words you will have in your handwriting. And paraphrase the question in your introduction by reading the question, underlining the keywords, and rewriting what the question says with the same meaning in your introduction using your own language. And try to learn all the words and phrases that we use to link sentences and paragraphs. In this table, I try to summarize the most important words and phrases that will benefit you in your writing. Start with task 2 and give it 40 minutes because it contributes twice as much to the final score as task 1. In other words, task 2 is worth 2/3 of the writing score and task 1 is only worth 1/3 of the writing score. Learn about the structure of both tasks and practice writing them. Then compare your answers with the sample scored responses that are available in many sources online. And do not use contractions because in academic and formal writing you need to write the long form of words instead of the short form. For example, instead of writing don't, you need to write do not, and instead of writing shouldn't, you need to write should not. Leave some time at the end to check for, proofread, and correct the grammar and spelling mistakes, because the less mistakes you make, the higher will be your IELTS writing band score. And finally, please do not forget to subscribe to our channel to receive our upcoming videos. See you!